Well, it's time now for a business update, and for that I'm joined here in the studio by Stephen Carroll. And Stephen, of course, we're focusing on the Euro 2016, which begins this evening. All tourists coming in, a lot of people. The question is, will there be any boost or help for the French economy in all of this?
Well, more than 1 million fans are coming to France for the tournament, and with that, of course, comes increased spending on things like food, accommodation and transport. A study carried out for UEFA, though, estimates that hosting the tournament is worth more than €1 billion to the French economy. But there are major costs involved too. Andrew Hillier has been crunching the numbers.
On the face of it, no matter what happens on the pitch at Euro 2016, the host country is always a winner. According to a study commissioned by European football's governing body, UEFA, around €2.8 billion will be spent on the competition. That includes money spent by foreign visitors on fan zones, hotels, match tickets, and the money already invested by France on refurbishing the 10 stadiums that will host the matches, over €700 million. On top of that, the work of organising the tournament has led to the creation of around 25,000 jobs. That means more tax revenue. And on VAT alone, the government stands to make €180 million. All that sounds like good news for the French economy. However, it's not so simple. All that money wasn't magically created by the tournament. Some economists point out that the money spent by those already living in France would probably have been spent even if there hadn't been a tournament. What's more, even if Euro 2016 reels in close to 1 million sporting fanatics from abroad, it'll also put other tourists off. In all, the competition is expected to deliver an economic boost worth almost €1.3 billion. A tidy sum, but one that represents a tiny 0.05% of the French economy. As for UEFA, the giant of European football stands to walk away with €200 million in profit. And as an added bonus, it won't have to pay any tax on the money it makes in France.
Let's take a look at what's happening on the markets for you next. And it's a rough day on European share markets. All the main European indices trading fairly sharply down this lunchtime. Investors clearly nervous after warnings from the likes of Jens Wiedmann from the German Bundesbank about precarious market conditions. Investors seem to be pouring their money into government bonds instead. We've seen several yields plummet today as a result of this flight from equity shares. That's the picture on the markets a short time ago. But things on the oil markets looking a little bit more optimistic. We've seen oil continue its winning streak. The price of oil per barrel is actually down slightly today on the Brent crude index, but is on track for gains of almost 4% for the week. Now, that'll be the 5th consecutive week of rises in oil prices, which in turn is the longest run in over 4 years. The increase is down to a few factors, including falling American inventories and disruptions to supply in Canada and Nigeria. Now, next up, we're going to Monaco, where the EY World Entrepreneur Awards are taking place. They recognise the role that business leaders play in innovation, creating jobs and boosting economic growth. Winners from 49 countries have gathered in Monaco to compete for the global title. That'll be announced tomorrow. We're joined now from Monaco, though, by the national winner from India, Vinita Gupta, who's the chief executive of the generic drugs firm Lupin. Vinita, thank you for joining us on France 24. Your company has seen huge growth since you took over as chief executive. It's now the 9th largest pharmaceutical company in the world by sales. What's the secret to your success?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. The secret to our success was globalization of our business and our growth drivers that we invested into for the US market in particular. Over the last 7 to 8 years, we have built a significant pipeline to grow our generic business in the US, and that has paid off very well for the organization. We have a significant portfolio at this time in the US. We have the 5th largest company by prescriptions in the US, and we built that position in a short period of 10 years. But it is our growth in the US market that has led our global growth, followed by India, which also has been a very strong region for us. Home turf, we continue to grow in India at 15 to 20% per annum. We've done that for the last 8 to 10 years. And that has been through an expansion of our footprint, our sales force within the country, our reach into the different regions, the states within India, as well as expansion of our portfolio and partnerships with key players around the globe to commercialize their products in India.
And if I can ask you about the business environment in India, we know that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been trying to make it easier to do business there. Are you seeing an effect of the policies that he's putting in place?
I mean, it certainly is making the business environment much to be more investment friendly, and we have seen a number of changes from the standpoint of partnerships, joint ventures. They have become much easier to implement. Likewise, to make investments outside of India, the regulatory approvals required, and that has certainly simplified quite a bit. That helps us grow because the global expansion is a big part of our growth plans. So we certainly have seen some improvement in the business environment as it relates to us.
Okay, Vinita Gupta, Chief Executive of Lupin, thank you for speaking to us from the EY World Entrepreneur Awards in Monaco. And that's all the business news for now. Molly.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much for that, Stephen.